I am so much more optimistic about the future of the Toronto Raptors now than I was coming into this season. And that's because the Raptors finally did what they were supposed to do: reset and rebuild. I've been on team rebuild for a while and been preaching to the choir that it will pay off. The Raptors' future has been on full display lately as the team is starting to turn the corner here. They are 3-0 post All-Star break and have won 3 straight games for the first time in nearly a year. And they finally clinched that pizza party that has been talked about for a while now. We are seeing a young group coming together and starting to buy into Darko Rajakovic offensive system and playing hard defensively as well. In this video, I'll be talking about the Raptors, who all of a sudden look like a completely different team and are playing a fun, unselfish style of basketball. They had 35 assists in their most recent win against the Pacers. Look at this nice ball movement right here. Before we continue on, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Help me hit 36K on this channel. Your support is always greatly appreciated. The Raptors have a young, enticing core group of players to build off of. It all, of course, stems from 22-year-old All-Star Scottie Barnes, who continues to break out in his 3rd season. Barnes posted a monstrous stat line of 21 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, and 5 blocks in a victory over the Pacers. Barnes notched his 4th triple-double of the season. He's the first Raptor in franchise history to record 4 triple-doubles in a single season. He now has 5 triple-doubles in his career, tying current Pacer Pascal Siakam for 2nd on the Raptors' all-time list. Kyle Lowry is number 1 on the list with 16, but with the way Barnes is going, he'll break that record in no time. Barnes is the 8th youngest player to record a triple-double with 5+ blocks per Basketball Reference. We're really starting to take Barnes' game for granted just because of how routinely he is filling up the stat sheet. Barnes has emerged as the Raptors' franchise player, and he has really stepped up his game coming out of the All-Star break. He has averaged 19.7 points, 9.7 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and 2.3 blocks while shooting 52.3% from the field and 92.3% from the charity stripe. Barnes has displayed great poise and seems like he has learned from the regretful moment he had against the Spurs when he left the bench early. Barnes is showing in real time that he is more than capable of leading this Raptors team to new heights. Another player who has impressed me is 23-year-old RJ Barrett. He had 24 points, 5 assists on very efficient shooting numbers in the game against Indiana. And as a Raptor, he's playing some of the best basketball of his career, averaging 20.3 points, 6.6 rebounds, 3.8 assists on very nice shooting splits. The 23-year-old has really revitalized himself playing for his hometown team. Darko Rajakovic recently gave Barrett the ultimate compliment. He said he sees some of Manu Ginobili's game in his, and I mean, Barrett can do a little bit of everything. He can hit threes, attack the basket, and be aggressive, and he's showing some impressive playmaking chops as well. If he can resemble Ginobili's play style, he will have a super successful career in the NBA. Then you got 24-year-old Emmanuel Quickley, who has really come out of the gate breaking out of his slump. He was asked recently about his new role with the Raptors, and he said, "Being in New York, I was probably the 4th guy on the scouting report. Now I'm probably 1 or 2 or 3. And people forget that Quickley hasn't even had a full season as a starter under his belt. And you already see the strides he's making. He had back-to-back 24-point games, which resulted in 2 wins for the Raptors. And he has really improved with his 3-point shot, which has been great to see. He had 5 threes against the Nets, 6 against the Hawks, and 3 against the Pacers. He's got those lethal transition threes. And there is no doubt in my mind that Quickley is the Raptors franchise point guard. Barbecue is building some nice chemistry together, and they are enjoying playing with each other, which is very important. Then you look at the Raptors' young hidden gems. Abaji, at 23 years old, is looking like he can be a solid role player for Toronto. He's had back-to-back nice outings, has shown some nice on-ball defense as well. He was supposed to be part of the Jazz's core, but he didn't quite find his shooting form. So seeing him shoot it well from 3 as of late has been great. 4 of 5 versus the Hawks and 1 of 2 against the Pacers. And then you have the 20-year-old sharpshooter Grady Dick, who is finally finding his groove, and it has been fun to watch. Grady Dick is averaging 12.9 points in 21.2 minutes in his last 9 games. He's shooting 54.8% on 4.7 attempts from 3, 66.7% on corner threes, and 82.4% in the restricted area during that span. This is per TSN's Kritika. Grady Dick is shooting 26 for 52 from three-point range over the last month, and that's the second best three-point percentage among players who have attempted at least 50 threes over that stretch. Norman Powell, former Raptor, sits just behind Grady at 48.5%. This is per Sports Illustrated's Aaron Rose. Dick is going to be on the floor for shooting, and he can be a dangerous spot-up shooter, but he's also more than just a shooter, as we've seen. He has been used a ton off screens. He has been a tremendous cutter as Barnes hits him here for the layup. Nice finish, by the way. And he can also take it all the way to the rim when the defender gets close. Look at this play from Grady Dick. The progress that Dick has made in just a few short months has been tremendous. Rookies start to slow down at this point of the season, but Dick is just starting to hit his stride. He is showing that he can be a future starter for this team, especially with Gary Trent Jr.'s future up in the air. Now, another person who deserves praise is head coach Darko Rajakovic. A lot of people were quick to write him off and say he's going to be a one-and-done coach, but you got to think, when he started and took the job, there was so much uncertainty about the direction of the team. Then the roster went through a major overhaul during the season, so there was a lot that Darko had to deal with on the fly. But now he's got this group buying into his system and playing hard, and I really love the passion that Darko has. I mean, you just see it. He wants to see this group succeed. So all of a sudden, the Raptors have an intriguing young core group of players, all under 25 years old. They have a bench that has been producing, with Dick, Agbaji, and Olynyk doing the heavy lifting. By the way, I've loved the addition of Olynyk. Such a gifted passer, one the Raptors haven't had at that position since Marc Gasol, and he's expected to re-sign with the team this summer, per Doug Smith. That trade with the Jazz is looking very nice in the early going here. The Raptors are also going to have cap flexibility to work with and future draft picks at their disposal as well. So this team's future is undeniably bright. And I talked about the Raptors' future being bright in another video that I did a few weeks ago. I'm feeling even better about that statement a few weeks later. With just over 6 weeks remaining in the season, the Raptors can continue to build some nice momentum here. And they actually have a realistic shot at getting into the play-in, as the Hawks are going to be without Trae Young for the foreseeable future, and they just beat two teams that are ahead of them in the standings in the Hawks and the Nets. Now, look, I was on Team Tank, but I wanted to see how this Raptors team would come out of the break. And right now, this team looks like that they want to compete hard every night, and they want to win. So I say, let these young players continue to grow, and if that results in the play-in, so be it. Either way, I'm just glad the Raptors finally picked the direction this season, because this rebuild looks like it will indeed pay off in due time. This team is growing right before our very eyes, guys. The Toronto Raptors, they are indeed building something special. Let me know your thoughts on this team. What has stood out to you the most? Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below for more content just like this. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next video.